they do what they do, baby. So here we are with this. Now the camera's right there, so I'm still trying to. I'm gonna just be looking at you every time. Anyway, thank you, DJ Telly, in the background. We're at the headquarters with Como, the Golden Child. Yes. Many Carter, if you were chosen, I'm sitting next to one that is. I don't want to keep flowing and type shit. So, Como, thank you so much for coming to be a part of Vibing with Rod. Shout out Como, the Golden Child. If you want to take a minute, well, actually, let me introduce you, right? Because, like, it's my show, so y'all let me talk about Como, the Golden Child. Como, shout out Yona, you know what I'm saying? We keep it righteous over here, you know what I'm saying? There's my cousin. So, Yona, that's, this is Como, his A1 that they used to rap together. Wasn't it his squad? The group that y'all was in. Shout out his squad. So y'all want to come back with him. But y'all shouldn't come back. But you know what I'm saying? We can finish what was started on the other side. Because I do want to do a song for my cousin. Not for him, but just all the ones that we've lost that haven't finished their work. And kind of like channeling greatness. Because my cousin, he was beast with his words and with his movement and all of that, and Como is that's that energy in which he's he exudes, he's attached to it as well. So he's his family pretty much, and he's the owner, him and his mama of Few Shades or whatever. So Como, if you just want to tell the people a little bit about yourself and all of that, and I'm just gonna let you do that.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, we got an event center. It's located in Arlington. It's like right off of Matlock and Barton. So the old gas pipe, and then we also got the corner slot next to it. That was our first side. So we actually upgraded and got the old gas pipe about 2 years ago. We're coming up on our 2-year expansion.
Shout out. That's right there. And then it's a vibe. You got the patio, you got the inside. He make the most delicious tacos, so let's not forget about the tacos. We got to talk about the tacos. If you ain't had a Como taco, I don't know what you're doing. Then Como, we be doing that taco thing. It's like Taco Tuesdays, right, or something like that.
I cook pretty much every day but Sunday.
Okay.
Sundays, if I'm cooking Sundays, it's probably like a big order. I typically got a $50 minimum on Sundays.
And it's worth it when y'all gonna want a whole bunch of $50 for tacos. But yeah, thank you again for stopping through. Come on. So today's topic, you guys, is going to be about Black excellence and what they don't teach in school. And I felt like this topic was important because as we are leveling up, I feel as a collective, us. Our culture, and I don't want to stick it to just one race, but of course it's always as within, so without. So in that, we, I wanted to address this topic just so that we can kind of be those light bringers in the it's a gap in a lot of stuff, and that's what I do here at Vibing, where I try to bridge the gaps of everything that is separated and what they're not teaching in school. That right there is a lot that they didn't teach us in school that I feel like is so relevant now, to where even though they didn't teach it to us in school, we should be teaching it to our kids and those younger than us and underneath us, so that they can rise in their righteousness and have a good start, and have more options that we had and know more than what we knew in school. So in that, what would you say, Como, is one of the things that you feel like is important that wasn't taught in school, that I guess at some point in life you were like, this would have been news that I could have used a little bit sooner in life, you know what I mean?
First and foremost, just to keep it simple. I mean, they didn't teach Black excellence in school. So, I mean, the two topics of the day kind of coincide with each other. Right. But definitely credit. Credit is a big one. Like, that's freaking huge.
That's the hugest of the huge. Is we doing this way? You want it this way? Or okay, boom. Yeah, credit. That's important. Your name, because your name is kind of like your credit. You know what I'm saying? If you look at it on that scale, and because we're like, honestly, in the houses, we shout out my granny with my credit, like, baby, they gonna put it on my credit report. Just throw this on the credit report. I'm 18, my credit battered in the bench. I ain't had a credit card. I had shit and can't get shit. But no, credit, that's a very important thing, because you really can't do much without it. And it's like there's different things that affect your credit differently, that you know what I'm saying, priorities, like what's going to make the most impact, and then how to properly flip that credit. So I got a credit card that say you only use 30% of the utilization. How do I figure out that? And so that's going to be a topic within itself. But definitely credit is because now don't get me wrong, your grandpa, what high school did you go to?
Shit, I went to Seguin in Canada.
Okay, boom, boom, boom. And so in that, because I think it was an elective, like I know at Grand Prairie High, shout out Gophers, Goofy Gophers is what they call it. We were sorry as hell after all of the like the TOs and all of those, my cousins and everything after they left. But I don't know what the team doing now. Hopefully you'll say y'all righteous out here. But yeah, so like whenever I was in school, they had home ec and shit like that's when home ec they taught you how to like cook and balance the checkbook and stuff like that. But it really wasn't credit. I was like, it taught you how to pay people right here, put the name right here, and this is how you put you write the note. You know what I'm saying? But that definitely would have been a tool to use. And then also, I think y'all, because I'm getting my baby in LLC, when I had went off about raising and praising black babies or whatever, like invested in our kids because we were brought up like you go to school, you work, you go to college, and then you accrue daddy, and then that's success. It's like no, there's other options, there's more ways to skin a cow or whatever that saying is than one. And so knowing that being a business owner and not an employer, or being an employer and not an employee, that's definitely not taught in school. Not to us anyway. Now maybe like in the private schools and doing all like the charter schools, we need more of that. Why not? Like let's build a fucking school, man. Why not? If they not teaching it in school, then we build a school and we teach them what we feel like they need to know, and it's who they are. Because it's not taught in school. They taught us slavery. I remember sitting in this seat feeling embarrassing. The bitches, they talking about slaves, and everybody getting all quiet and looking at me. Fuck this subject. It's a thing. And then so we're in school getting broke the fuck down. We're in school being taught that people are sort of superior and more better than us. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's being taught that, not just us. So it's like we looking down on us, everybody else looking down like, God damn, we gotta love us, man. So in that, definitely. Yeah, it's a lot that's not taught in school. Do you, what difference, well, I guess it doesn't matter because we can't crawl for spoiled milk, but I just want to like engage the mind and like paint a picture of like, what if we were given reparations? What if like all of the things that we don't have now and all of the gaps and stuff that we as a collective, we got to come together and figure out what we want so that we can move in that, in alignment with that. So being that we didn't, so this is a two-part question. One, the things that were not taught in school, had they been taught in school, what difference do you think it would have made? That would make that would have made on the culture, right? That's the first question. And then the second part to that question is, okay, so we missed the first wave, but we can do it again, right? But shout out Black Wall Street. But I get why they, you know what I'm saying, they kept bringing this shit down, but it's okay because we make it fire resistant when we rebuild it. So, and then that's the schools with what they didn't teach. And how do you feel like being that we missed the first wave? How can it affect the culture positively when we get in alignment and give us what we didn't have in school? That was, yeah.
I mean, first and foremost, they gotta teach us about all of the most powerful black people, like how they was teaching us
outside
about
of Martin Luther King.
Outside of Martin Luther King, like that was like
and shout out Martin Luther King.
In the South, they don't they would dare teach Malcolm X.
Why not? Right?
They wouldn't want, feel me, motherfuckers to rise up.
That culture change.
If you go to the East Coast, they don't study Martin Luther King out there. They study Malcolm X. So it's
taking a visit there.
It's completely different out there.
Yeah, I love that. That's righteous.
All around the world.
Because everybody deserves representation, right? Because everybody wasn't just succumbing to slavery. People was fighting back, and people went with that shit. So can we get some representation for those? Oh no, so let's be that face. If they can't give us one, and not a black face on the way.
And as far as reparations go,
let's talk about that because people keep. I don't know if we ever gonna get it. So we gotta create it, right?
It wouldn't even reparations. They could give us reparations, and motherfuckers is gonna go broke.
Because we were taught it in school, right?
Yeah, niggas is gonna go broke just as soon as they got that money.
Like with this PPP loan, all that type of money that people, you know what I'm saying, could get money. So that honestly, that's almost sample of what would be done with reparations,
so how much
right?
would reparations be first and foremost?
First and foremost, because that's a lot of years, and it's still, you know what I'm saying, it would be different if I thought, look, what if this shit is reflecting? I thought this shit, I was saying, how is that water just, Como's over here being an alchemist. He's turning roses into water. That was reflecting pretty interestingly off of that light, man. I'm gonna go get, oh yeah, me too. I'm gonna take an intermission right quick. DJ, you wanna play some music? And at this point, you can step out the front and do what I'm gonna just go get a drink. Cause here at Vibe When we vibe, whatever your libation of choices is. Sunday, it's a beautiful day. Y'all, these topics be feeling a little heavy and then all of that, but just understand that it's okay because in the end, we win, right? We win in the end. So it's just about the way that the path that you choose And let's choose the path least resistant, but never be afraid to take the path untraveled. Trendsetter, be that. Whatever is missing, be that. Because you are that you are. If I am that I am. If I say, shout out Eminem, I am. What does say, DJ? Whatever I say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? Righteous. Period. BRB, be right back after these messages. We'll be right. Shout out John Sparrow. I met him last night at the living room. He had his plug pull up. About plugging these drinks. It was very tantalizing and refreshing to be outside in Texas as well. Shout out John Sparrow. And I'm still not even sure if that's really your name. So you gave me like 20,000 name last name, Mr. Sparrow. Looking like a freak show.
And life changed for us every single week. So
Loving light to the watchers. Loving light, man. Shake it off. Shake it off you. If it ain't yours, take it off you.